all of you guys joining me today. So I'm just going to pull up this presentation where today, ultimately, what I wanted to do, my intention with bringing everyone together and to create a community is to really build out more resilience and robustness in the community, because I'm really grateful. The only reason that I'm in this position to be able to share this platform is because we've had such a supportive community that have really backed us from the beginning. And so before we get into it, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Shay Ryan Douglas, and I'm the co-founder and creative director from the Earth Heroes TV platform, for those who are watching the recording or watching this video later. And today we really want to cover how content creators can reach more people with your video content or your podcast, and then how to also monetize your video content through the platform. And then lastly, what it takes to create live streams so that you can scale your videos and grow with ethical marketing and service to the people that you're reaching. And I really believe that videos are such a powerful format to be able to reach loads of people and help change the mindset of others, because we can see a new way of living, a new way of being, a new way of creating together. And really important for me is creating community. That's why I've really intended to put a lot of my energy now into creating this creators community so that we can have a bigger impact in the world. That's really my goal here, as I really want to be a part of the change. You know, I want to help to create it. And I'm so grateful that you guys are joining on this mission. So big thank you. And of course, welcome to this quick little presentation. Just quickly, I just want to show you, give you guys value that when we started this out, I was working in 3 jobs and I had $1,629 in my bank account. And over the last 2 years and 24 months through the platform, I was able to turn that into $146,658. And so if, you know, in this presentation, I want to kind of show you guys how I've been able to do that, and then how I can support you to also do that too. And more importantly, this is not about money, because the cool thing about this is all the money that we've raised, we've given so much back to a lot of the content creators. We've donated loads of money to different PMAs, different foundations, and actually more than 60% of that revenue was given back to all of the people who are affiliated with the platform, who are creating and part of the platform as well. So I just want to show you that, because I think it's really important to recognize that as creatives and as you know, really activated artistic people in the world, we still need to be able to support our artworks and our creativity. So for me, it's really important aspect to just incorporate. And again, this is for people who really want to share their video content with more people, whether you're in it or not. It's your podcast and want to serve humanity in a big way. We can all probably recognize, you know, in the world, there's so much that we have to take a deep breath through and really just find creative ways to be able to navigate through and be ready to pivot and shift and change. And more the world is going online, of course, or more and more people are watching on their phones, and the world is changing and right before our eyes. We're literally watching it unfold before we can ever imagine. So this is really for those people who want to be able to live stream their content to multiple places. They really want to tap into that power of storytelling and see how storytelling can really change people and change you know, the current social structure that we're a part of. And yeah, this is, I mean, this is not for everyone, because not everyone wants to put themselves in front of a camera, because it's quite confronting and nerve-wracking, and not everyone has the ability to be able to create empowering and inspiring video content. So ultimately, you guys are the creators who are already creating content on Earth Heroes TV or supporting people with the message. So obviously this is for you if you're in those guidelines. And just a quick one on my background. After I was featured on the left-hand side here in a Netflix documentary called Liberated, when I was studying in the United States, I was, you know, very young and naive and in my own ego, and I learned a lot about myself, but also about the industry. And that gave me a really good insight into what it takes to be able to create a production company. And even though I had no idea at the time, after touring with them, once we released the film, we went all the way across the United States, all the way across England, and although the movie doesn't show me in the best light, I was able to see the power of witnessing how, you know, a 90-minute film can change me in a big way, but also, you know, spark a conversation with the audience. And so I really started to comprehend and realize, you know, just how powerful this format is for people. And obviously you guys all on that same journey as filmmakers and producers and content creators. And so after being a part of this production company, I thought, oh, hey, I'm going to go out and do it myself and give it a crack. And these were the first couple of videos that we did, and they were very amateur. And this is when we were starting out. We were so inspired to make a difference. And yeah, it's quite embarrassing actually looking back at it now. Like, this is the first interview I'd done with a local charity for mental health. I was inspired by his message and what he was doing. And me and Tom, and I look back at some of these videos, you know, it's like, oh my God, it's so shame. But it's all part of the learning progress. And for me, I was more dedicated and more on purpose. I was like, there was a bigger why behind why I was doing it. And because I knew inside of myself that this can really help people, it can really impact people. And that's the reason why I was like so dedicated after all this time. And that's why I believe, you know, a lot of you guys are here joining now. And that's why we, every week, for example, Yvonne and I, we get on a call and we really open up and have these amazing conversations that just go so deep, and we have no idea. And the main intention of bringing everyone together again is so that we can support each other to elevate these powerful messages and reach more people, to help really shift the mindsets of others, to give them inspiration that, you know, yes, things are changing, but together we have more resilience in numbers. So again, I'm really grateful you guys chose to show up and be here, part of this conversation. But there's Tom and I. We set out, good friends since childhood, and set out to make our first documentary in Vanuatu with Sovereign and some of the people who featured in our film, The Regeneration. And again, we were absolute novice at the time. We had no idea what we were doing really, but we were giving it a crack, okay? So a little bit less, I just want to share this little bit of background, just so you guys have a little bit of awareness as to like the journey that we've been on over the last 2 years, which has been a roller coaster journey of huge learnings. And it's blown me away. In fact, like Earth Heroes TV as a platform has scaled in a large way. And I'm so grateful that has largely been because of the creator community that has come together. And now I'm recognizing how we can actually consolidate more and learn from the past and learn from our mistakes, and support others so they can fast track their journey, so they don't have to go through the same kind of mistakes as we did. And in that time, you know, we've reached over, this was done at the end of 2021, where it was 116 countries. Now I think it's like 120 countries. More members have joined. We've got loads of conscious content on there, heaps of hours of video watch. We've done amazing live special events with the likes of Sasha Stone and just some incredible community calls. We had Oracle Girl on one time with Dr. Christian Northrup that Amani led. And I think we filled out the Zoom room of 1,000 people within, it was like, you know, 5 minutes of opening the Zoom room. It was just absolutely incredible. And again, like, we've given back to the community of members a lot by offering a lot of discounts and a lot of opportunities to, you know, be involved in the community. So again, as I said before, we're looking at changing world. But before I continue, is everyone following? Everyone is making sense for everyone? Yeah, thumbs up. Cool. Now, I think this is pretty cool, to be honest. Like, in a changing world, as creatives, as artists, we can really promote. This is opportunity for us. I see it, you know, we can stay ahead of the curve. We can be informed with what's going on, and we can be a part of like molding that sculpture in a sense through our artwork and through our messaging and through our communication. So that also comes with great responsibility, I feel. And, you know, videos is just one medium for us to be able to utilize and make use of the function of getting that out there. And videos, you know, obviously they can save a lot of time. You know, you can reach a lot of people. It saves a lot of the workload, and it's a great way to build relationships with others. So I am recording this, so anyone who's watching the recording later, you know, I can reach hundreds, thousands, many people with this video at a later date when I've only have to do it once. But I have practiced this for you guys today, so it's not just the first time. So essentially with the platform, you know, again, this is a huge thanks to the community that has been involved. This was the premiere screening we did of our film, The Regeneration, in Cairns. We had 200 people support the release, and then we went off to do a tour. And the biggest part has been to, you know, find the confidence within just to step up and go out and do it as a creator. Now, again, where I'm at now in myself is I kind of feel to step back as a creator, and I want to support the community more. That means supporting you guys to use the platform and use the framework that we have made use of to go to leverage the platform and generate revenue for yourself, and also be plugged into a network, an ecosystem that is functioning and is working really, really well. And a big thanks to, you know, Imani and River. They can't be here today, but they're currently on the way to Georgia. They're doing amazing things, and they've been a huge supporter of the platform since the beginning. They're currently going up to a massive project in Georgia and helping people move off the grid. And also Sovereign has been a pinnacle in bringing people together and in the back end doing a lot of phenomenal work. But then, you know, all these people who have been really speaking truth on their platforms and plugging into the network. It's been, I mean, Dr. Espen, for example, we've got Laura here today, who's a big supporter behind the scenes for Dr. Espen and the team. He's just been a powerhouse here in Australia. He's currently doing a retreat up in North Queensland, and all of these powerful people. But what I've noticed is that when we come together, there is even more strength in numbers. And that's the whole intention, is to make a community where we can really support one another. And a big kind of motivation for me to keep me going is getting a lot of the comments that are coming through of people who are really loving the content that's on the platform. You know, people reaching out and saying how great it is, how much they love it, how powerful some of the information is. Even, you know, this person, Lynn Sturby, super chilling, but at the same time, the most important part was where the health official in Belgium talks about da-da-da-da-da, but that's a funny comment. Anyway, you guys get the idea. This is a massive motivation for me to do what we are doing. And again, these are just some of the videos that are available on the platform. If you haven't checked out the platform, I highly recommend go and have a look at it. Imani has been doing these brain trust masterminds with some of the leading seminal voices out there, and they've got a whole series on practicality for parents and for raising children in homeschool or deschool. And then a big thing of the film that we wanted to create and with the platform is solutions orientated content, you know. So that's where there's loads of meditations, breath work, and great alternatives for people to plug into. So again, some more great content on the platform. And that's where, you know, I've kind of come to the realization that ultimately, yes, the world is changing and it's happening at a rapid rate. The thing is, everything has to change anyway, because when we actually look at and we ask the question, you know, are these systems that are in place really serving, you know, humanity in a big way? We could all agree that, like, you know, the economical system really isn't serving the people. That's why around 80% of the world is, you know, living in poverty. So it's like, okay, what can we do about this as people? What can we actually do to make a difference? And, you know, ultimately, I've come to the realization that I am just one small human being that, you know, doesn't really have that much significance. But this is where I've recognized the power in community coming together to really activate and work towards a singular mission. So again, some of the feedback from our community, Berta Lee, loving it, Kate and Louise. So this is just part of some of the the mission that, you know, I've really been on, and you guys have also been on in your own way, in your own unique format, which I'm really honored and inspired to be able to know all of you and to be plugging in and connecting even more and more. And basically, I just wanted to check in with you guys because we are currently changing a little bit of the framework in terms of how Earth Heroes TV operates as a organization. And what we're moving towards is a heavier focus on regenerating the environment. However, like, what I truly believe is that for us to change anything in the external environment, we really got to go inwards and make a big shift in ourselves and regenerate our own mind and our own hearts and our own cellular structure, so that we can be of more service to the world and to the environment. So it's kind of like an inversion. Like, we want to change the outside world, but we've got to change the inside world. And as an organization, that is what we've really been focusing on. We've made this big shift to be able to look at how we can change the internal dynamics of the platform and grow it from the inside out. Okay, so that's the part of this intention with the community call, and what I want to you know, just invite you guys quickly. I just want to ask you a quick question, if that's okay. I'm just going to spend the next 5 to 10 minutes just explaining what the conscious content creator kind of offer is for the onboarding to be a part of Earth Heroes TV. And it's kind of a unique kind of opportunity, and also a great chance for us to be able to support one another further. And I'm just going to explain it a little bit more, but some of these photos are just a couple of the events that we've run. That was one of the screenings with the seed mandala. We've got a big emphasis on not just supporting seeds to go on the ground and saving seeds, but supporting the young seeds of the young minds of the younglings. So you can see here, this is Thomas's partner and his daughter, and really just create an environment for these younglings to be birthed into the world, where they can really see the living examples in the people that are around them. That's our intention. So if that's cool with you guys, I'll just spend 5 more minutes and then we'll have any questions, and I would love to hear from you guys. And again, my intention is to do these calls every Tuesday with a specific kind of topic and focus, so that like next week, for example, is going to be on storytelling and how you guys can utilize these tools to implement into your videos. But then also I want to look at, how to market in an ethical way your videos further, how to get more people involved through your affiliate link and so on. So basically what happens is, most of you are all aware, but there's a few people who are not part of the Earth Heroes TV platform today. And that's why I wanted to invite you to come along. And basically what you get when you join the creators community, of course, you get the whole entire Earth Heroes TV library for free. You get all the in-house educational courses on there. And the cool thing is, what we've been building out the last 4 months is we've got all of the content, and then we've basically got like a whole section of education, which is online courses. Now, some of them are included for free in the membership with Earth Heroes. Some of them you just pay an additional price, such as, like, we've got Campbell's 5-week breathwork journey, and then we give a discounted rate for members. And then there's so many different other courses on there, like the Brave New Life course that Sovereign's just completed, and so on. But going down quickly, what else you also get as part of the creator community, this great use of funnels and landing pages, because then you can really start to market in a really kind of credible way your content and your videos, and we can help you build that, or you can also learn how to build that on your own. If you've got any web design experience, I remember when I was in uni, I was studying HTML coding and all this stuff, and now it's so easy, just drag and drop. It's super functional, and we've come a long way in the digital realm. But the other cool feature, which we've just upgraded our plan to get, is having this e-commerce option available. So on your videos, and you're talking about something, and then you have, you know, another product that you want people to be able to have a look into, or a website or somewhere to drive the traffic, then you can incorporate that option. As well as now we've got the live event feature, where you can activate live donations. We haven't even used this feature yet, but we're probably going to use it in the future. We've got another event coming up with Oracle Girl in a few months' time, and we want to do a live donation to be able to. She really is a big believer in the gift economy, so anyone who makes a gift will be donated towards her mission and what she's doing. It's really, really awesome. So I also just wanted to highlight that before I get into this next section is, again, when I started this, I was working in 3 jobs, and I was so passionate about this. I just wanted to make it work. I put all of my money into this, literally. And you know, I've got to the position now where I'm just like going through all of, you know, our expenses and revenue, and it's still, I'm putting all of my savings and everything into this, because I know in my heart that, you know, this can really impact a lot of people's lives. And I've already seen in the last 2 years how much it's really had a big impact on people. And my vision for this is it's not about me, but it's about, you know, really serving the world in this time when I feel like we really need it most. And so on that, what we've invested quite a significant amount of money to get the platform to where it's at. We want to invite you guys to again leverage, so you don't have to make all these significant investments yourself, where, you know, you will get the use of all of these tools to be able to leverage your videos. So as a content creator, part of the community, so you don't have to spend all the same amount that we've, you know, invested, then you can just plug into the network, saving you money, saving you time, and make use of the functions that is available, and then to use that to fast track, you know, your message. For example, Marissa's done such an awesome job with Sovereign, with the Syntropy podcast and interviews around changing how we view illness. And it's like, okay, this is a powerful message we need to get out to people around, you know, the power of natural medicines. So then how can we, my thinking is like, how can I support Marissa to be able to get this message out there further? And this is what I feel is the best kind of model as a community to make use of. So StreamYard account, for example, you can live stream to multiple destinations. That's $500 a year in US that we've already paid for, that you guys can make use of the function of. The Uscreen account, we pay monthly $400 for the account to be able to get use of all the tools that they include, including the landing pages, the email blast outs, the coupons, the funnels, the gift cards, all of these things. The next thing is the live content creation, which has an integration with Google Calendar, the live chat feature, which you guys get to use as well. And then the next one is a big one, because we spent about 4 months building this out, which is, I don't know if you guys have got it yet, but on your phone, you can now download the Earth Heroes TV app. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the app is great because it's free for everyone. The platform has incurred all the expenses, and that just adds credibility to your videos, to your podcast, to your content, because being a part of a community where we can get this message out there further, we realize in the statistics of the analytics of our site, everyone was about 70% of people were watching from their phones. So when we're designing our landing pages, when we're designing our website, and this is great advice for all of you guys, make sure that it's, you know, mobile friendly. Back in the day, you know, when we were on the HTML coding and we were doing it off the website, but now it's all, you got to make sure that's all, you know, succinct for your iPhone or your Android. And that's why we built out the app to make it more accessible for people to get the content, because we know how short of attention span most people had, how distracting it is in the world, and they're just clicking all over the place. And we wanted to create a little ecosystem that people could get access to the content. And so again, that was quite a significant investment for us, which we pay over $1,000 per month for, and to have all of that support. And we want you guys to be able to leverage this and plug into it and make use of the function of it, so that you can also scale your video content. And, you know, at the start, I talked about how we've been able to turn $1,000 into $100,000, but by all means, it's not like a get rich quick kind of scheme or anything like that. This has been, we've had the production company for 5 years, and then the platform is coming up to its second year celebration. So we have cultivated this over time, and that is something that, you know, we've been really passionate about, and we've gone all into all of this, mostly because we want to be able to make a change in the world in a positive way. So for those who aren't a part of the platform yet, we just want to invite you to build out this community more. So we're offering the onboarding for free and the first 30 days for free. Now, the entrepreneur package, the total value of all of this is around $3,400 per month, which the platform is generating enough revenue to cover all of these expenses. And what we're suggesting here is that instead of you guys going off and doing this on your own and paying all that amount of money, that you can plug into a network that's already doing it and join a more robust community, so that we can get to the nuts and bolts and the crux of what needs to happen, because we're realizing things are starting to change really fast, really rapidly. And we're always like shifting and adjusting in ways to be able to to navigate out of this kind of situation that we're in. It's like going through a bottleneck, or, you know, when a river, it gets to a point, if it's stagnant, it's obviously disgusting and gross, but then it starts flowing, and then it gets to a bottleneck, and then it kind of rushes out. So we're always like working out how we can flow with the energy of what's currently unraveling right before us, but then, you know, do it in a way where everyone is getting their worth, and everyone's getting valued, and everyone is winning from this. So again, of course, it's not for everyone, but basically I wanted to just highlight as well some of the, even some of the more benefits of making use of the function of the platform that's already there. If anyone has done an online course before, you'll know that Kajabi, it's around $250 per month to have an online course in Kajabi. Same with Thinkific. You'll no longer need a StreamYard account, Uscreen account, Canva account, a ClickFunnels account. All of these things you'll no longer need, and you'll save money on with the kind of entrepreneurial package. And again, I just wanted to highlight some of the benefits quickly. Doing it alone, which I've never been a big fan of, because it's quite lonely and boring and unfulfilling, and you got no one to celebrate with. At the end of it, it costs you more money, it takes more time, there's more energy involved, and, you know, I had to learn out the hard way, but you gotta learn for yourself the hard way. And basically doing it in a community, it was so fun being able to celebrate the film, which the community came together strongly in Cairns when we did the release, and it was just like, I was crying, I was in tears, like just the power of it, that we had an 8-meter screen. I was so nervous, 8-meter screen for the film, and we had 200 people, and we did a big ceremony at the start and a really beautiful blessing for the seeds and the children, had a panel discussion at the end. And with this movement, we're only just getting started. We've already got plans and a script writing for another film, which we're currently looking for a couple of investors to get on board to be able to work across Australia to document more people and projects who are doing amazing things for the planet right now. And when, you know, things are speeding up, what I've realized is taking a more steady, a consistent approach is really, really valuable to do. So guys, what the biggest message of this essentially is, you know, it's the power of community and creating a culture that because what I've realized is, you know, I had this like ideal fantasy of living off grid, being in community, being outside of society, out of the matrix. And I think that is all well and good and very possible. And I've had, you know, glimpses and like little seasons in my life of experience that in Vanuatu, or in, when I was traveling through Asia for 12 months, or even just recently, I was living on a healing sanctuary where we were off the grid and we were away from society. And my biggest realization in all of that was, I love people. And, you know, I miss my community and my friends. And I was only, you know, 2.5 hour drive away from them all, but it really just sunk in deep for me how much I appreciate and I value, and I just naturally want to surround myself with people who are really activated and on for being alive in this world and making a difference, and like using the available resources that they have at their disposal to get a message, to help other people, to, you know, make a change in the world. And I was like, yeah, I want to, like, that's where I want to be. I want to be in the middle of it, you know, and I want to be on the edges of just like, again, contributing to shaping the world that we live in. And, you know, like, I know all of you guys work so hard on a daily basis, following your passion and doing what you love and contributing in such a big way. And so basically, the final thing I really wanted to touch on, but just want to check in with you. Are you feeling me on this energy? Feeling inspired, loving it? I just know in my cells and in my bones that, like, when I look at my nephew, for example, this is little Ziggy, that's my mum. And when we did filming for our film, we went and visited a couple of schools to put in veggie gardens in their school. And they were just loving it, you know. That's my friend Tom, who's the main editor, co-founder of Earth Heroes. That's his daughter. He's had 2 children now. And ultimately, like, the reason why we're doing all of this is for that, like, the next generation and for 7 generations to come. We're at a point in time in history where, you know, we can go 1 or 2 ways at this point. You know, we can really, all the cards are on the table, and it's up to us as people to really step up. That's what I feel. Step up, commit to taking action and doing what we can to make a difference. And although, you know, we put a lot of time and energy into making a film, and maybe it reaches a few 100,000 people, and it just gives them a little bit of hope and inspiration, plants the seeds in their heart that, you know, they too can, just like us ordinary people in the world, do extraordinary things. So that's ultimately what I want to leave you guys with. And I just want to open it up to any questions. But if you haven't joined, again, we've created 3 options for content creators to onboard with Earth Heroes TV. One is a very basic package at $99 per month. So essentially, that's more for people who want to do it yourself. For example, like Glenn and Marjolaine, they're great behind the scenes. They can do a lot of that themselves. And then the second option is $2.99 per month. And that is for those who want more support. We do it together. So that ultimately, again, you get use of all of the tools that we have available for the platform. And then the last option is what we're offering to more organizations and enterprises and people with you know, bigger capital, and that's normally we're going to do that as an invite only, but it will be around $900 per month, and then we will basically do everything for them. Now that we've built out a bit more of a team, we're gonna be able to support them so that they can just show up, share their message, and we'll do all the back end work and help them promote it. I just want to share this link with you guys so you can get more information on it yourself, or even I could just do a drop. I'll just put the link in the chat, and I'll do a quick share screen so you guys can see it. But ultimately, the way that it works with the platform is that we work with you, and we give you an affiliate link so that then everyone you invite to the platform with your link, you'll get 50% return commission monthly, every monthly. So this has worked really well for Dr. Espen and Laura, for example. They've done a phenomenal job. They're doing weekly live videos, and then you can also broadcast this on your own platforms as well. So I do want to just let you know that we are we're doing 5. We only have a limited space, so we're doing 5 onboarding for each quarter. That's because if we had 100 people join right now, we wouldn't have the energy to be able to serve them to make the most out of the platform. So we're just keeping it limited so that we can really serve content creators more and be able to get that message out there. And again, this is really to look at long-lasting success and change. And again, it's not like a, you know, yeah, you're going to get rich tomorrow kind of thing. But for me, what has been really nice is that it's been a supplement. It's been a passive, but also active. Like I've had to put energy into it to generate it, and I've put all of the finances back into it to grow it. And I feel like together, this is the only way that we can really help to amplify the messages together in a community. So kind of just goes over what we discussed. But what I would recommend to really get the most out of the platform, it's $2.99 per month. And again, obviously you save loads on that. And yeah, so I'm going to kind of wrap it up there, guys. You can learn more. I want to open it up to any questions to all of you. And I guess the biggest thing for me is like what I'm always contemplating on a daily basis. And I'm so inspired by Yvonne's life and how she lives in her life, writing messages every day to about the new earth. Is like, I'm always thinking like, you know, if I die tomorrow, or if I'm on my deathbed and it's, you know, 50 years down the line, and I look back at my life, it's like, 1, what do I want to be remembered for? And 2, I want to be at the point where I'm like, yeah, I gave everything I could with everything that I had to contribute to the world that I'm leaving behind. And I know that you guys are all on mission and already doing amazing things. So I just want to be able to, again, get to that stage in my life and have all these amazing people around me and be like, yeah, we did the best that we could, you know, and we did make a difference and celebrate each other. So again, I've gone over time a little bit, but I want to stop there and just open it up to hear from you guys. If you had any direct questions or any feedback or anything at all, I'd love to hear from you. You can just unmute yourself, raise your hand, or just chat and speak out. And again, this is not the only way that you have to be part of the community or involved, because I want to do these calls every Tuesday. You guys are invited. Next week, again, we're going to be covering the power of storytelling. And I would love to have your input if there's something that you've learned. Like I know Marjolaine and Glenn, I'm sure that you guys got tremendous amount of wisdom and experience to share with the community and be able to have that community involvement and engagement, because I want to build this from the inside out, essentially, so that we can feel that support, feel that growth, and then share that further. So